Does God know what it's like to get high?
Absolutely not.
Then he's not all
What
knowing.
kind of question is that?
And he doesn't know everything.
I'm sure I'm sure but has he felt it?
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Yeah, how old are you?
I am 42.
Yeah, what religion?
Christian, non-denominational.
Sure. What's your strongest argument or evidence for God's existence?
Okay, I'm not sure if I have the strongest bit of evidence. I'll just tell you I was like you most of my life.
Hmm.
I'd had a few DUIs. I'd been in trouble a lot, so I would have to go to
Mm.
counseling for DUI school. And there was this one guy in there that always
I'm
would be
not sure we
like,
have as much in common as you think, but please continue.
probably not in that aspect, but I mean, as far as not believing in God, I would get angry when people try to force me into believing in him. I would always fight with him. He would be like, God is the only true God. You just need God. And I would get so mad. And anyways, getting a little off topic. Before I tell you my experience, I do wanna touch on when you said God sent the bears down
Yeah,
to maul
please.
children.
Let's read the verse to give everybody context. So this is Second
Yeah.
Kings
Elijah
2:23.
actually called, I'm
Elisha.
not sure where it's at. Elijah actually um, came and had a confrontation with these boys, and he did. He called to have the bears maul them all. He did, and I can't tell you. I totally understand that text, like why God would allow him to do that to these children. Um, you know, arguing or calling him a name just was not justified in
Mhm.
what I'm
Yeah.
reading.
Wait, sorry,
So
let's
it's
let's
I,
read the
I don't
verse
want
just to
to.
make sure that the audience is up to speed. Um, he
Okay.
went up from there to Bethel, and while he was going up on the way, some small boys came out of the city and jeered at him, saying, "Go away, bald head, go away, bald head." When he turned around and saw them, he
Mm-hmm.
cursed them in the name of the Lord. Then two she-bears came out of the woods and mauled 42 of the boys. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Presumably, we don't think that this is like morally perfect, right?
No, absolutely not. I don't. But I can't. When you get to a point in when you believe that God is good and you believe in God and you've had the experience I've had with Him, I don't understand that, and I don't understand why. Well, whenever you were saying that God had him, they would wipe out all the men, women, and children. And he did. He said, "Do not leave one alive." As a matter of fact, Saul
Mhm.
disobeyed him when he told him to take out all men, women, and children. And I believe he kept the king.
Yep.
Um,
And he kept some of
and
the best
he
cuts,
it kept
yeah.
some, yes. And God was furious. That was when that's when God was like, "No more Saul. I'm anointing David." And and it was disobedience though, and it was disobedience that got that, and God had given him many chances throughout the Bible, and then this particular
The
one, he said,
babies?
"That's enough." The babies. I was Wait, what do you mean the babies?
Because God commands the slaughter of the babies too.
He did. I know. And the only thing that I can think of is that there was so much evil back then. There was so much evil going on. And when God commanded them to wipe out all families, it was because those were the ones that were worshiping false gods. And the children growing up they would want revenge and bring in the false gods again. Like it's even shown whenever
What if God
Solomon
said like go
takes
and adopt the babies instead of slaughtering them?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I do know is the reason he wanted them to wipe out whole communities is these people were actually burning children for
Mm,
sacrifices
sure,
to
and
their
God
god of
wanted the
Baal.
Israelites to get the assist. Sure, I got it.
And so he wiped them all out because the children growing up and babies, yeah, I believe you could probably, for the infants, teach them to not do that because they would be too young. But it was just wipe them all out. And I can't say I totally understand God for that. Maybe I'll understand one day. But I do absolutely, I don't believe, I know he exists. And the reason I know is, like I said, I did not believe. Well, I ended up going to jail a few times for violating my probation for my DUIs. And I was just angry. I was very angry. And because it was stupid violations, and you would have people in there praying, like reading the Bible, and all these people would turn to God, and it would just infuriate me. Like, yeah, you believe in him now that you're in jail, but when you get out, you're back on the streets doing whatever. And
I gotta be honest with
so
you. Before we move off of like
yeah,
the Bible verses, I don't find your
sure,
explanations to be very compelling. In fact, it kind of sounds like you would even acknowledge that you don't have good explanations for these verses. But I think these verses are a
no.
fatal blow to Christianity. The idea that God is all good means that every single thing that he does is all good, which means that in order to be
Mm-hmm.
a Christian, you do need to think that the slaughter of these boys was morally perfect, the slaughter of the babies of the Amalekites was morally perfect, saying that you could own slaves, that was morally perfect. Like you're just committed to saying like every
But you
single part of
can't.
this is morally
You
perfect.
I'm not the thing with the bears. I don't know. Elijah called upon the Lord in the slaughter of these children, and maybe that was something he had to live with. Listen, we don't live in a perfect world. When Adam and Eve first sinned in the garden, it was perfect before that, and then sin came in, and that was it. He even says in the beginning, like, you are cursed to work the ground. You are, you there is no more perfection. So he left our vices up to us.
But why is God
Now
doing it?
we're the ones sinning. What? He ain't doing it. We're doing it.
Sorry, you think that Elisha had the power to call down the bears? You don't think that God gave him
Oh,
that power?
oh, he sure did.
Why
But
would
maybe
God give
that's
him the
something
power to
he had
call
to
down
live that.
bears knowing that he would use it this
Listen, you're
way?
going to have to ask him one day.
Hey
Hopefully, you'll
God, we
be
were
in a
just wondering
position.
why you would imbue the guy who wanted to call down bears to kill little boys with the power to call
I'm
down
talking about
bears.
at the end of your life,
Oh,
when you
okay,
have to,
sure.
when for Judgment Day, and you
Wait,
want
let
to
me write it
ask him
down.
about the bears.
Why would you call down? Why would you give the power to
I
call
can't
down
wait
bears
until you meet him one day.
to the
Anyway,
guy
I really think you're just
who
like
would
gonna be like, I wish I
call
never
them
behaved that way.
down to kill children? Okay, I have it written down so I won't forget when I see him.
You won't forget.
Fuck,
As a
I wanted
matter
my
of fact,
tablet in heaven. Fuck. Okay.
hmm anyhow, so my experience was I actually had the spirit come upon me for 3 days, and I was able to talk to him like I'm talking to you now, not an audible voice,
Nice.
but he was. Oh man, I just feel so sorry for you. I really do. I'm going to pray for you. When you know something beyond a shadow of a doubt, you just you just know. And I
Yep,
just
and
feel
I'll think for
so
you.
sorry for people like you. Yeah, I know. All right, there's no sense in me telling you my experience. You've got your mind made up. Go
It's
ahead and
not that I
call
have my
someone
mind
else
made
up.
up. I'm open to evidence. I just don't find like personal testimony very compelling, especially when it's like also agreed upon that like God is commanding genocide.
But how do you prove that there is a God that you can't see? Now you said that cause and effect. There has to be cause and effect. But yet, how
Mhm.
did you say our world came into
Our
existence?
world always existed, our universe always existed. But if you're speaking about our Earth, it came via gravity pulling together particles. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because of course, what it
Oh my
actually is
God.
Yahweh, the Bronze Age deity
Listen,
that sacrificed himself to
but
himself
how
to
can
save us from himself
so
after the
gravity
woman ate
created
from
all this
the
DNA,
magic
this
tree
perfect
after she was
DNA? It
coerced
just
by
came out of
the talking
nowhere?
snake. That's what
What can
actually
you
happened was
create life
Yahweh.
without life? Can you create life without life?
Yeah, of course. What would be the
Oh
problem with
my
that?
God. So scientists are creating life without some living organism.
That's correct, yeah. Scientists are in fact creating
Show
life
me
from
that.
scratch. Yeah, I got you.
From no living organism.
From scratch, yeah.
Show me your facts on that. From scratch. Oh my gosh, show me.
Yep.
Show me. You cannot create life without life. The gravity pull didn't bring humans and animals into existence. Do you know how insane
So
that
the study
sounds?
is E. coli with a 57 codon genetic code. Essentially, all life on Earth uses 64 triplet codons to encode the synthesis of proteins. Robertson et al. Radically re-engineered the genetic code through the total synthesis of a functional 4
But
million
he
base
didn't make
pair
that
E.
out of
coli genome.
scratch.
He did. The total synthesis means that they made it entirely out of scratch. It's synthetic life of a functional
What
4
he made
million
E.
base pair
coli?
E. coli genome containing more than 100,000 codon changes. This
What did he
generated
use to make that?
SYN57, an organism with a 57 codon
Read
genome,
what
in
he's
which all
read what he
annotated
used to make that.
occurrences of 7 codons have been removed. This work provides a foundation for generating cells with enhanced virus resistance and for genetically encoding up
Read
to
what he
7
used to
distinct
make that.
non-canonical amino acids into proteins and polymers in all living cells.
What components did he use to make that?
For which part of the components of what?
How did he begin that experiment? With
We can
what?
check the
Paper? Dirt? Dirt? Did he start making
probably
E.
amino
coli out of
acids.
dirt? And what is amino acids?
You know, well, that sounds like the type of thing that you could Google yourself.
Exactly, but I don't need to because it is a living or it is amino acids. You cannot create living organisms without living organisms.
Then what would you make of the study?
Gravity pull, that is so silly.
Then
to
what would you
think
make of the
that-
study?
Do you know? Look at
Just give it a
DNA and what
Goog.
it looks like. It has to the very core of your DNA and your heart and your insides mimics exactly trees, all plant life, all that organisms. So gravity pull just accidentally made the most beautiful creations on the planet.
No,
That's insane.
not accidentally.
You sound like such a
It's the laws
smart
of
kid.
physics.
Oh my gosh. You are so smart, but how could you be so dumb? Not to mention,
Good
not to
rebuttal.
mention you believe in Plato, Socrates, and all that.
Yeah,
Do you
I
know
do-
there is
do
less?
Plato.
Yes, and there's less evidence proving the things that Plato and Socrates did. And there's more. There's over 500 witnesses and proof
Yeah.
that Jesus actually walked the earth, died, and resurrected.
There's
There
way
was
more
so
eyewitnesses
many
to
people.
the death of Socrates, by the way, because he was executed by a vote of
No.
jury in Athens. Like it was a direct democracy
maybe
system.
for his
So there were actually way
execution,
more people
but what
present
he
at the
wrote-
execution of Socrates than the 500 eyewitnesses that saw Jesus, by the way.
No, the 500 eyewitnesses isn't just when he died. That was the people who saw him after he rose again.
Yeah.
Those were 500
If you took Socrates'
eyewitnesses
entire
after he
life,
rose
there's like
again.
way
There's
more than
more
500
evidence
because he
of
spent
Jesus.
literally all of his time in
Oh
the
my
marketplace. He would literally just go up to and talk to strangers. That's why he was so
My
famous.
500 witnesses isn't about while Jesus was alive. This was about when he rose again. Do you know how many people
Can
he
you
had?
name one?
Thousands upon thousands upon thousands. Look them up.
I've
read
already
it
looked them
before,
up.
but I'm not going to go
Nobody
through
can name
every
them.
single person that nobody can name them.
Nobody
There
can
is
name them.
written
It's just a
facts about it.
sure.
Listen, you need to read this
Maybe,
book.
and I'm
that-
sorry, maybe you're just not
that-
aware of the fact, but are you aware of like the origin of the 500 eyewitnesses claim? Do you know where that comes from?
Written testimony
Comes from Paul.
back in.
Not
Okay,
written
here's the
testimony.
other thing.
Paul
Let me give you
says that
this one.
500 people saw
No,
him
Paul
rise from the
is-
dead.
No, that's
Paul
not true.
names
That's not
none of
true.
them.
No, that is not true. They do not come from Paul. They are written testimonies signed by all kinds of
Absolutely
different people.
false.
Even
Categorically
some
false.
even Roman guards.
Yeah, then name one.
Even Roman guards.
Then name one.
You really want me to go through Google
Please.
right now and name them? Look
Yeah,
them up
let's
when
just-
we get
let's
off
just
here.
find,
If
like,
you're really
the
that interested,
origin.
look it up. But I'm telling you the truth. There's like
500
497 eyewitnesses.
Eyewitnesses claim. Where does this claim come from? It comes from 1 Corinthians. Yep, it comes from
No,
Paul.
it's not from the Bible.
It
not
is.
from the Bible.
Yep.
It is actual evidence. No, you can
Let's look
you
at
can
it.
look it up and find it. Here,
Sorry, let
listen,
me-
I'm not gonna
let
listen.
me-
You can do this after we get off, but
Let's
I
do it
just
right
want to
now.
tell you because I don't want to spend my whole evening. Okay,
Let's just do it right now. There's
go
no
ahead.
reason not to. So
Okay.
we'll come away with like a good understanding. Okay, so 500 eyewitnesses claim. I might have misspelled it. The claim 500 eyewitnesses refers to a passage in the New Testament book of 1 Corinthians 15:6, where the Apostle Paul states that Jesus appeared to more than 500 brothers at one time after his resurrection. This is used in Christian theology as evidence for the resurrection, but the claim is a secondhand account from Paul, not direct eyewitness account, and the historical evidence is debated. Oh, I'll read the last part too. There is no independent contemporary record or single document that names or corroborates the testimony of these 500 individuals. If you're off the app, I can't hear you. Anyway, make sure you're double tapping on that.
Am I back?
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, well, I don't know what you just looked up, but I Googled it and it says more than 500 people
What'd you Google?
have eyewitness claims. I Googled how many, or let me see. Googled how many eyewitnesses were there after Jesus rose again.
Okay, let's Google it. How many eyewitnesses?
There you go, to Jesus' resurrection. That's perfect.
Okay, eyewitnesses
Just do that.
to Jesus' resurrection. The Bible mentions that Jesus appeared to more than 500 eyewitnesses at one time, according to the Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians 15:6. However, the text does not provide a list of these individuals, and no other independent historical record of these 500 witnesses exist. Paul's argument was that many early Christians could personally verify the accounts because they knew someone who was a part of the large group, and most of them were still living at the time of
Google
writing.
is all satanic anyway. They're not going to give it to you. But if you actually do your due diligence, yes, it is. And you know what the devil's his most greatest deception of all humanity is to make people believe that he doesn't. No, to make people believe that he doesn't exist. You are his playground.
I guess that makes sense too. Sure.
Yeah. That's the best thing. People don't believe he exists. So why would they ever want to try to do better so that they would be sinless in the eyes of God? And will never be sinless. That's the facts. God already knows that. That's why Jesus died and rose again. He is not pointing a finger at you saying, oh my gosh. You know what he's doing right now with you? Loving on you and hoping one day that you come to him, which he probably already knows the outcome because he knows everything. But when you do, I'm telling you, he will be there with open arms. No, I'm not talking about Satan. I said God.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I might have gotten turned around.
People. Yeah, no. Listen, I know for a fact that he exists. And I hope and I pray and I know that one day you're going to see it. And it's hard to believe in something you can't see. I understand that. Totally get it. It's just our nature. We don't believe in things we can't see, feel, hear, smell, touch. And I didn't either. But one day,
Amanda, can I ask you a question?
Will. Yes.
Does God know what it's like to get high?
Absolutely not.
Then he's not all-knowing.
What kind of question is that?
And he doesn't know everything.
I'm sure he. But has he felt it? No.
Well, does he know what it's like to get high?
Never get high.
But does he know what it's like?
I'm sure he knows what it's like because if you have the Holy Spirit, it is inside you. So I'm sure they know what you're feeling. I'm sure he knows what it's like, but he doesn't know it as I get high. I'm the Lord. I am the
But how could he know what it's like if his perception is flawless? I mean, to be high is to like have something wrong with your perception. So how could God possibly know that?
Because he is everywhere. He is all knowing. He is like
is God in the cuck chair
right now? Do you know what oh geez, the word's not going to come to me. He is that word that's he's all around us. There's actually a word for him. Oh dang it, it's not coming to me. But anyway, this argument is so dumb.
I think it's pretty good.
It's dumb. Does he know what it feels like?
There's an entire philosophy paper about it titled "Does God Know What It's Like to Get High?"
I'm sure.
It was published and peer-reviewed.
Sure.
It was published in a real deal philosophy journal.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure. And those people are just like you. Like, I don't believe. Let's publish an article now to like really disprove God. Does he know what it's like to get high? That's just idiotic.
I don't think so. I think that it's like
Oh my
telling, right?
gosh. It's
How could
just
he,
one more
if his
thing.
perception is flawless, then
Telling.
how could he know?
That's
But also
telling.
he must know because he's an all-knowing being.
He is. I'm sure he knows what we're feeling when we get high. When
But
we
does
get
God
drunk.
know what it would be like
He
for
said,
himself
be
to get high?
sober in mind.
Does God know what it's like to do
That's so
whippets?
that's just such a dumb argument.
I'm just
That's just so
wondering.
dumb. I can't even have
There's
this.
this one thing
Listen,
that's
you're
preventing me
what,
from forming a
24? That is
belief in
so
God's
immature.
existence, and it's I just
Really?
don't
Because
know
if God did
whether or not
whippets,
God knows how to get or what it's like to be high.
oh my gosh.
That's
Wow. You got a long way to go. It's just, okay. You have a wonderful night. I'm sure there's other people that are like dying to get up here. You have a wonderful night, Ian, okay?
no you. I
All
hope you have
right.
an
Good night.
excellent night. Bro, someone said something in chat and I fucking lost it. Oh god. I was keeping it together. I'm not even gonna say it because it's like so rude, but
A few moments later.
it was now that she's like certainly gone. The comment was, "Does God know what it's like to get a DUI?" Fuck, I feel so evil. That was like so rude, but I don't know. It took me out, dude. I was dying. That's so mean. Anyway,